Art Laffer joins us, former Reagan economics advisor and founder and chairman of Laffer Associates. Art, you went through this in 1986 and before with President Reagan. The president seems to promise almost the impossible to, quote, make the tax code simple, fair, and easy to understand. How can this be accomplished?
Well, I don't think he's going to do that. I mean, Jerry Brown had the perfect plan for doing that. 2 flat rate taxes, one on business net sales and one on personal unadjusted gross income, and getting rid of all the rest of the tax codes. But what Trump is doing here is very admirable. It should get the economy growing, and really the most important thing from a tax change standpoint is to get this economy growing. And as far as the details go of what Trump says, he wants that rate to go from 35% to 15%. And you know, in all honesty, that's enough detail to come from the president, because that would work miracles for this economy. The academic literature is replete with that.
How can it accomplish that?
Well, it could really do it by making it far more attractive to bring profits back to the U.S., by making it far more attractive to make companies here in the U.S. produce goods, and also to make it attractive to expand businesses here in the U.S., because 35% tax rate is the highest rate in the OECD, and all of them have cut their tax rates dramatically in the last 15 years, with the single exception of Hungary, which raised it from 18 to 19%. But it is just really imperative that we bring our corporate tax rate in line. It will get rid of sheltering of income. It'll get rid of tax evasion. It will pay for itself, Eric, 3 times over. So it's the best one to do.
But how about the critics who think this could be a gift with a nice bow to the rich?
Well, there is no gift to the rich in this. This is companies. I mean, if he does personal income taxes, they argue that all the time. But this is just for the corporate tax rate down. And I believe that most Americans are hired and employed and paid by corporations. Kevin Hassett's work shows that wages are rise dramatically with a corporate tax rate reduction. And this is the way to make it. And, you know, someone who's unemployed is far better off with a job than they are with sitting there with higher welfare or whatever it is. So this is the right way to go. Right now is the right time, and I just couldn't be happier with the president on what he's doing on corporate tax rate reduction.
You know, he talks about going down to a 10, 25, and 35 a personal rate. But, you know, he's got Congress, and this hasn't worked. They haven't had tax reform since 1986. Let me read you what the Wall Street Journal was saying about this today, saying, quote, "It's not too much to say the Republican majority in Congress hangs on success. One big question is whether the party will let itself be held hostage by processes that favor higher taxes and more spending, as it did on health care. The test is whether Republicans will work to make tax overhaul as powerful as possible for economic growth, or fall to the same Washington process traps that scuttle the effort to replace Obamacare." Finally, how can they actually get that done if you don't have any Democrats coming on board?
Well, I don't know that you won't have Democrats. Now, I talk a lot to a group of about 30 to 50 Democrats in the House, and they all, to a person, understand the importance of bringing down the corporate tax rate. They really do get it. Now, they want something for it, like maybe a carbon tax or something else to offset, but frankly, the Democrats are primed there to negotiate with us if it doesn't become just a political thing like the health care did. But, you know, everyone understands the corporate tax rate is the adrenaline that really will get this economy going. And Eric, once this economy starts, it doesn't stop. It builds on itself. It really does. And if you look at what happened to the U.S. in 83 and 84, it's amazing.
It is, and we're out of time, sadly, but this will continue.
Well, thank you. It's good to see you, Eric.
Of course. Art Laffer, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we are waiting to hear from officials in Texas after just